Hey guys. Hey, welcome. I'm Quinn. Um, Let me know, do you hear me okay? Awesome. Just let me know a few times. This is, the microphone has gotten messed up or something, and then I'm like really, really loud or really, really quiet. So just let me know either way. Give me a signal if something happens and I'm just like shouting at you. Thanks. We'll get started in we'll give everybody about 2 minutes. There's a few people that are signed up that aren't on here yet. Shafali, how are you? Okay. All right, we'll get started in about a minute, minute and a half. All right, you guys look like you're getting all set up. Hey, Mary. Hopefully, today works out a little bit better. I was just telling them if my volume goes way up or way down, just give me a signal. So, awesome. There's no music, so we should be okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, it's time to start. I can talk to you about that later.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll try again on Monday. Awesome, you guys. So welcome. Hey, I see a little one. Oh, awesome. Hey, welcome. Do some yoga. We've got a little one here. So we're going to do yoga for 60 minutes while we've still got the virtual yoga going on. And I don't know how much longer that will be, but we'll see. So I'm really glad to be with you guys, especially a few of you who I don't get to see in the studio. So hi. Let's get started. Let's start on our backs today in Supta Baddha Konasana. So I know there's a lot of stuff going on in some of your environments, so it's okay. Just let it be what it is. Whether it's just super quiet and calm, or whether there's noise, dogs, animals, children, family members. And just let your shoulders draw underneath you, your knees fall apart, hands wherever it feels right for you. Your eyes usually are just closed here. Finding a sense of trust, tapping in. Notice how you feel. A few slow, deep breaths. Maybe not that ujjayi quality yet, but just some slow inhales in through your nose and also out through your nose. And after that little assessment of how you are in the moment, you're just setting your intention. Just putting out there what you need for your practice for the next 60 minutes. Slow breath in through your nose. Out through your nose. Deep breath in. On the exhale, pull your ribs in, press your navel closer to your spine. Really press your lower back into the mat. You're starting to tap in Ujjayi Pranayama. Knit your ribs together and pull your lower rib cage down towards your hips. 3 more big Ujjayi breaths. Warm up your center. Big inhale, fill up. And an open mouth exhale. Ha. Take your knees together. Hug them in towards your chest. Give them a little squeeze. And without lifting your head up, yeah, just maybe take your knees side to side a little. Nice. Now cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh, supine pigeon. Taking whatever you need here. If this is great, you want to put your foot on the mat, perfect. Otherwise, hug in. It's just a few breaths. Wake up that hip, wake up the glute. Keep your lower back nice and grounded. Keep pressing that lower back down as you hug in for this last breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then just switch sides. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Notice this side, its similarities, its differences, without judgment, just hug in. This side might feel very different. Just a few more breaths. Big inhale. Pull in. Breathe in. Deepest expression, still recognizing that it's really early. Happy baby. Yeah, not the happy baby that comes 3/4 of the way in class. Yeah, early happy baby. Just recognizing what shows up in this early happy baby. Breathing. Rocking, stillness, like whatever, right? Your practice, maybe reminding yourself of the intention that you set a little bit earlier. And now send your feet straight up to the ceiling. Energy through your heels. Press your lower back down. And just hold those feet up there. That's it. Grow really long in the spine. Pull the muscles of your belly in. And this is enough. Just hug in. We're finding that center. Uddiyana Bandha. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Now, hands can be either under your lower back or stay right where they are for most of you. And just lower your right leg to a hover. Start to squeeze your muscles of your thighs in. Right leg lifts. Left leg to a hover. And really slow left leg lifts. And then you just scissor. And so those feet kind of, yeah, they like pass each other right in the middle. So a little bit of work here for 5, 4, 3. Don't let that lower back lift. 2, 1. Just a nice warm center. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a few rocks and rolls back to front. Plant your hands at the top of the mat. Step it back, high push up. Top of a plank. And just set this up. Press the earth away from you. Go really long, like an extra centimeter, right? From your wrists through your shoulders. Zip your belly button in, peel your you all look great. Just keep what you've got right there. Set that drishti gaze right between your hands. Big breath in, down dog. Press it back into your downward facing dog. And just feel your first down dog. Separate your hands like you guys know what to do. Press through your knuckles. Press through the balls of your feet. But really let your head go. Let your head go. Even if you have to like really shake it out to soften there. Nice, and then roll back forward into that high push-up, really slow. Now lift your right foot just a couple of inches. Nice, and then pulse that foot like 10 times or so. Just start to wake up that glute. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it back, three-legged dog. Right leg up high. Now bend your knee and open. And so a little bit of an open shoulder is okay in the beginning. It feels good. And now start to square that shoulder. So both shoulders nice and even, but keep lifting that right knee a little bit higher. Twist through your waist, open up. Nice, foot to the mat, and then roll it back forward into your high push-up. Just fire everything up, like strong as a staff. Lift your left heel a couple of inches. It's just not too much. Keep your booty fairly low. Yeah, and then pulse. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're strong. 2, 1. And then lift up high, three-legged dog. Left leg is high. And start to bend your knee and open up. Beautiful. And press that right heel down as you lift your left knee a little higher. Open up a tiny bit more. Breathe into your left side. Big inhale. Step your left foot to your left hand, right foot to your right hand. Ragdoll at the top of the mat. And just get really grounded in your feet, really grounded here. Let your head go, soften through your knees. Lean your hips forward a tiny bit. Yeah, your core is already warm. Keep it warm. Hug it in. Ujjayi breath. Gaze at the back of your mat. Release your hands. Bring your toes to touch. And right into that halfway lift. Either fingertips to the mat or hands to your shins. Big breath in. Bow down. Halfway rise. Long flat spine. Forward fold. Reach your hands up high, high mountain, Tadasana. Spark through your fingers. And really grow long through those arms, but draw your upper arm bones back, chest wide open. Big inhale. Hands to your heart. And an om. Om. Mountain pose. Reach up. Forward fold. Moving with your own breath. Lift halfway. Inhale. High to low push up. Exhale. Peel your elbows in. Upward facing dog. Hips forward. Downward facing dog. Your first, sun A. Breathe in. Breathe out. And I really want you to integrate this dog before we move in. We'll get a little bit faster here. But press into your hands, your feet, your core. Press your chest back towards your thighs. And as you're pressing your heels back, lift high through your tailbone. Feel that. Now peel the heels back. Let your head go. Now lift your heels high. Soften through the knees. Look forward and float it. Halfway lifts. Forward fold, reach up, bow down, lift halfway, high to low push up, your exhale, just halfway down, up dog, down dog, one breath in, one breath out, and you go again. Look forward, float or step, half rise, forward fold. Look up, inhale, reach high. Bow down, bend yourself in half. Lift halfway, or chaturanga. Go right to that low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, and then feet to the top of the mat. It's our last sun A. Halfway rise. Bow. Tadasana. Now you know what to do. Forward fold. Lift halfway, lean forward a little bit. Chaturanga, shoot back lightly. All core, up dog. Down dog. Float to the top of the mat. Chair pose, like right there, right into it. Yeah, noticing our habits and like how it has to be a certain way sometimes for me. Don't make it be a certain way. Be okay for something new. Toes touch, gap in the heels, sink your booty back a little bit more. No more fixing. It's perfect just the way it is. Breathe, hug in, big inhale, forward fold. Halfway rise, chaturanga. Vinyasa on through. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Yeah, nice and grounded, beautiful. Press your feet down, square your hips, and also square your chest forward. Really fire up through that back leg, that back glute, the left knife edge is just grounding down. Hands lift, gaze high, flow it out. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Left foot, step it forward. Warrior one, ground to rise. Yeah, it's like I have to do a little bit of movement to then just get those hips, right? Point the hip bones straight forward. Chest as well. Thumbs, draw them way back. It's like you rotate your arms. Big inhale. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Ha. And then take one more breath here. Let it go. And the next breath is just really, it's observation. How do you feel after your first sun B? What do you need to add in to your next sun B to like maximize your practice? Look forward, float your feet. Halfway rise, forward, fold, chair pose. Bow. Lift halfway, flow it out. Move through your vinyasa. Right side, you're still in that exhale step. Inhale, reach, and flow it out, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog, left side, power and lift. And then flow. Up, down. And like I love that everybody's at their own pace. It's all good. You move with your own breath. And also notice you might feel that you're in a rush. Give up rushing and float to the top of the mat. We're doing one more, just like the last one. Chair pose. Bow. Lift half. Chaturanga. Inhale, ride that breath. Open. Exhale, down. Right side. Warrior one. Flow. Inhale, scoop your hips forward. Exhale, down dog. Left side. Flow. Your own movement, your own breath, your own personal dance. Big inhale, big exhale. Ha. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Warrior two. And then reset. Line your heels up. Like give yourself that opportunity here. Heels in line. Really deep, deep lunge here. And then peel your shoulders right on top of your hips. Fire up those arms. Gaze over your front middle finger. Two more big breaths here. Now flip your palm, reverse your triangle. So that just means straighten out your front leg. Stay really grounded in your feet. And now two breaths here. Big inhale. Deep lunge, extended side angle. Elbow to thigh or your hand all the way to the inside of that right foot. And the deeper the lunge, more access you'll have, but really listen to your hips, listen to your lower back. Stack your shoulders left on top of right. Maybe there's a half bind. Maybe there's a full bind. Yeah, I see a bird happening and beautiful. Press into your feet, lift your gaze. And now place that left hand on the mat. Left hand on the mat right near your right foot and reach your right arm up. So you're in this revolved twist here. Yeah, good. Now flatten that right hand on the mat. Flatten it. You're going to spin out into a side plank on your left hand and your left foot. Just spin out. Beautiful. Ground, hug in, peel your muscles in, yeah, to get light. Lift that leg, take a tree pose, reach for a big toe. And then a couple of breaths to explore, to create, to breathe. Big inhale. And then take your vinyasa high to low. Move on through. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. Warrior two. And you just set up your warrior two. Peel the shoulders back, the shoulder blades, and hug them in to center. And then draw your left knee out. Open up a little tiny bit more. Squeeze your thigh muscles in and up towards those femur bones, in and up towards the pelvis. One more breath, sink lower. Flip your palm and reverse the triangle. So reach that left hand way up high. Ground, ground, ground through your feet. Reach your hand up high. Both legs are long and straight. Big inhale. Now extended side angle. Deep lunge in the left knee, and you go. You pose, you repose, you integrate muscle into bone, create your expression. You have about 4 more big breaths. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Last 2. Last 1. Set your gaze to the top of your mat. Your right hand plants now. Plant that hand in line with your left foot. Reach your left arm up. It's like crescent lunge legs. So yeah, pop up onto the ball of the right foot. Good. You guys are already there. And then grow really long in your spine. Twist. Then take that side plank. Now on the right. Maybe it's this like effortless transition, and maybe it's a little wobbly, a little wiggly, or there's a fall, and that's cool too. And then play. If you're not playing in your practice, ask yourself why. One more big inhale. Look down, float out. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Ha. Step your right foot forward, crescent lunge. Nice, peel that back heel up a lot. So for some of you, really extend your stance even more. Pop the ball of your back foot up over, the heel of your foot over the ball of your foot. And now, reach your hands forward and kind of hover here. Really integrating shoulders, ribs squeeze in. Fire up that back leg, the left leg, and lift it. You're in warrior 3. Activate that glute. Square your hips. So your hips are like perfectly even with the earth. Breathe. Step it back, crescent lunge. Reset. Hands to heart, big breath in. Twist to the right. Hook your left elbow outside of that right thigh. Yeah, and all the things that you do, integrating your shoulders, peel your chest to your hands a little bit more. And either open your arms or stay as you are. Big breath in for length. Big breath out. There's a rotation. Twist, twist, twist. 2 more breaths, your fullest expression. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Twist. Crescent lunge. Right back to it. Set your gaze. It'll help with the balance. Warrior 3. Fly. Now this time bring your hands to your heart. Bring your hand, give your shoulders, your arms a little break. Now right hand down to the earth. Left hand up high, open up, half moon. Yeah, stack your left hip on top of your right hip and expand from your right hand through your left fingertips. Breathe, open up. Fullest expression. If sugar cane is there, go for it. You have another big breath. Let it go. Soften your right knee, step back, warrior two. Nice, and so ground into those feet. Like find a sense of earthiness here. Ground, ground, ground. Straighten that front leg. Reach your right hand forward. Reach, reach, reach. You know where we're going. Triangle. Reach for the outside or even the inside. Maybe you have a prop available. And then you're right back to stacking. Stack your left hip on top of your right hip. Left shoulder stacks on top of right. Reach, grow long. 2 more breaths. Exhale. Breathe in length of the side body. Breathe out, twist. Look down and Chaturanga Dandasana. It's been a while, make it a strong one. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Ha, beautiful. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. Warrior two. Flow it out. Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Teacher forgot where we are. Step your left foot forward. Crescent lunge. Hey, but it never hurts to get an extra warrior two. Beautiful. So set up your crescent. Lean forward and find all that length. So from your fingertips, yeah, that's really like absolutely perfect, okay? Fingertips to crown of your head, down your spine to your heel, all in one line. Then fire up that back leg, lift, warrior three. Set your gaze, even out your hip, create a letter T with your body. Water in your left knee joint as you step it back, crescent lunge. Hands to your heart, big inhale, twist to the left. Hook that right elbow. Yeah, on the outside. And then open your arms or keep your hands together. And if you keep your hands together, create one long line for your forearms, elbow to elbow. And then pull your chest closer to your hands. Beautiful. Set your gaze up. One more big breath in. Twist, ring out deeper. Crescent lunge. To warrior three with your hands at your heart. Yeah, the legs burning, but you're strong. Breathe. Find that sense of determination here to stick it out. Left hand down to the earth, moving into your half moon, Arda, Andrasana. And can you really peel that right hip on top of the left hip? Open up. Sugar cane, if that foot is available, go for it and kick your shin back. Open the front of that lung. Soften your left knee joint, step it back, warrior two. Back there again. Straighten out your front leg. Left side, triangle, reach for length first. That gives you all that range and possibility. Then, open up. Beautiful, big inhale. Big exhale. Breathe in. Twist open. 2 more here. Your own movement, your own breath. Inhale. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it go. Step, walk, float to the top of the mat. Halfway rise. Forward fold. Chair pose. Really nice. So weight in your left foot. You shift the weight into your left foot. Zip up that entire leg. Right leg over eagle, right arm under. Set your gaze. Sink your hips back and a little bit lower. Glue your upper thighs together. And you have 2 more breaths here. That's it. Eagle. Tadasana, eagle vision. Foot to the mat, chair pose. And then the same thing, opposite side, left leg, just lift it on over the right, left arm, bind it under. And all the same mechanics of Tadasana apply, active. Everything hugging into the spine. Press your elbows forward. Lift your elbows to shoulder height. One more big breath. Foot to the mat, hands high. Reach up high, Tadasana. Forward fold. Separate your feet. Reach for your big toes with your peace fingers. And peel your elbows out wide. And then notice, it's so easy, like start to scrunch up through your neck. Draw the shoulders back and away from your ears. Elbows way out wide. Beautiful, you guys. Lean forward. Shift your center of gravity to the point that it gets a little bit scary. Halfway rise. Forward fold. Release your hands. Step on your palms. Gorilla. Draw your toes into your wrist creases. And then the same thing, although this time let's play with bringing your elbows, instead of out, bring them back towards your shins. So peel them in towards your shins. Yeah, just give that a try. Something a little bit different, just a slight difference. Halfway rise. Forward fold. Release your hands. Crow. Plant your hands into the earth. Hips are high. You've done a lot of hip openers, so you're ready for your knees to come out a bit. Yes, lean your knees into your triceps or the tops of your elbows. And just trust to lift your feet a tiny bit higher. A little bit higher. Lean in, lean in. Yes. Big breath. If you've got that chaturanga, go for it. Beautiful. Up dog. Down dog. Now keep your hands just as they are. Glue the bottom of your knuckles or the underneath of your fingers into the earth as you walk your feet forward. Your hips stay high. You're so integrated in your center. Plug your knees into your triceps. You're right back into crow. But moving from a place of like real integrity. Nice, and maybe your head dips down and you find a tripod. Yeah, if you're a little too high up on the mat, that will happen. You want to back up a tiny bit. You moved into that tripod or not. You can be in a deep yogi squat right here. This is your practice. And we'll all meet in a deep yogi squat, malasana, at the top of the mat. Keeping that integration in your spine, long straight spine, crown lifts, tailbone lowers, chest stays open. 2 breaths. Big inhale, big exhale. Release your hands down, tailbone lifts, feet touch, Tadasana, reach up. Hands to your heart. Breathe in and let it go. Standing leg raise on the right. Left foot roots, a little bit of water in that left knee joint. Reaching for the right knee or peace fingers to your big toe. And if you've got that big toe, go really long in your spine. And then if it's there, open up. Beautiful. You maybe even shift your gaze over to the left. One more breath, nice and open. Bring everything back to center. And now you're going to bend that knee and hug it into the right side. Same knee. Left arm reaches up right into dancer. Now a square hip pose. Kick your shin back. Press your chest forward. Set your gaze. Breathe. Lift your back leg a tiny bit more. Press your chest forward. Ujjayi. Beautiful. Foot to the mat and windmill your arms 1 or 2 times here, just to let that feel good. And then switching it to the opposite side, right foot roots, left hand to your left knee, everything nice and square, or peace fingers to that big toe. Open out to the left, right arm out to the right. Yeah, this side is a little bit different. It's all good. Open up. Recreate Tadasana in your spine here, just in the spine. Draw everything back to center. Plug your left knee or left thigh into your right thigh. Just making that transition into dancer. Right arm reaches up. Thighs glue together, yeah, and then you just expand from the inside out. Draw everything in, muscles into bones to create your biggest expression out. And it's just like that. We're hugged in, we're drawn in, we're grounded, we're centered, we're balanced, and then big expression happens. Foot to the mat. Hands windmill around. Both hands up high. Forward fold. Halfway rise. Chaturanga. Flow it out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Let it go. Lift your heels, soften your knees, float through to your seat. Come on to your back. Press your feet down like go right now. Bridge, lift your hips. Draw your shoulders underneath you. And make sure you're pretty close, fingers to those heels. Really nice. Now just stay here, squeeze your thigh muscles in, and without moving your feet from their position, kick your shins to the front of the mat. Breathe, 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And lower your hips on down. Take your knees and cycle them left to right. Bridge. Again, we're all going to take another bridge. Press down, lift up. Nice, and now cross your right ankle over your left thigh. It's like pigeon here in that bridge. And just notice if you can even out your hips. This is a challenge for me, especially on one of my sides. Just even everything out. Keep drawing that right knee out to the right. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Foot to the mat. Hips on down. Lower back, you can press it into the mat to reset. You can take your knees left to right. And bridge again. 3rd bridge, lift up. Zip up those thighs and cross that left ankle over your right thigh. Yeah, so it's like a supine pigeon in a bridge. There you go. Beautiful. You're strong. Activate those glutes. Just for that right one a lot. Lift up a little bit more. 1 more breath. Unbind the foot, foot to the mat, hips down. Now take your knees left to right. Moving into wheel. Plant your hands wide by your ears. Legs just grounded. Hip width distance, if possible, and lift up. And if wheel is not your jam this morning, then yeah, you just come back to bridge. Draw your shoulders back and in. And then that place, like I haven't mentioned it all class, Mula Bandha, it's the lower belly and all the muscles of the pelvic floor. Pull those in. Like notice how stabilizing that is for your lower back. Lift up a little higher. Chin lifts, back lowers. Beautiful. Knees left to right. And then 1 more back bend. It's your choice. It's like a full 6 breaths. Another wheel, maybe it's a camel. If you feel like I skipped that and you want that. Yogi's choice, back bending shape. Lift up. Breathe. Become curious. Like curiosity can look like added breath, a more focused drishti. But it can also look like really playful, you know, lifting a leg or lowering your head and taking a wheel push-up. Lift your chin, lower down, Supta, Baddha Konasana. Beautiful. Feet touch, knees fall apart. Breathe in and out. And just in a state of noticing, in a state of observation. Like observation without judgment. Really, what is that? It's just simply presence. Present moment awareness. Be in that. Hug your knees in and give them a squeeze. And after all that back bending, it's kind of nice. Pull your forehead in, to meet your knees, or nose to knees. Hug in. Big breath. And now back lowers, knees stay lifted. Knees, stack them directly over your hips. So yeah, you're like in a chair on your back. And your shins are parallel with the earth here. Parallel with the earth. Toes are drawn back. Hands behind your head. You probably know. These are kind of my favorite go-to for core stability. And just nice and slow bicycle twist. Right elbow to left knee. Press with that opposite foot. And take it side to side, like no rush. Again, notice where you're rushing. I rush when things get hard. it becomes less effective. I notice where my weaknesses are. So it applies in my bicycle twists and in other aspects of my life. So just slow it down and just see all of those muscles of your core, everything that supports the spine working. And just press side to side. Activate your feet more. Keep your lower back glued to the ground. And take 10 more. 9, 8, yes, 7, you got it, 6, 5, 4, just a few more, last one, each side. Hug your knees in, give them a squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you want to curl forehead to knees, you can. And then just stay really strong and engaged. All that heat that you built in your center, keep it. Fire boat. Navasana, yes. And so here, again, right, recreate Tadasana in the spine. One long line, crown, spine, tailbone. Knees can be bent, legs can be straight, totally up to you. Your boat. And then row your boat, slow, knee to hip, side to side, row. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your back to the mat, send your feet up to the ceiling. Straight up to the ceiling. And now you're gonna lift your tailbone up off of the ground, just like a couple of inches. It's all lower belly. Muscles of the pelvic floor, squeeze them in, like doing a Kegel here, as you lift your tailbone for these little pulses. So it's not a huge movement, but you should feel it after a few, and especially after what you've already done. So just a few more here. Squeeze, lift, squeeze and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in, and I wish I could hear you say, ah. Nice. Drop your knees over to the left and shift your chin over to the right, a little spinal twist. Breathe in, breathe out, and just shift the other side, the other direction. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to center. And then however you want to get there, we're going to take frog. So it's one that, haven't really offered much for virtual yoga, I don't think. If frog is just really not there for you, I think you guys would all know in your bodies whether it is or it isn't. You can take half pigeon on each side and I will let you know the halfway mark. So just moving into frog. Right, no rush, like we're in that space of no rushing and no judging, but also, moving with purpose and notice when we're also stalling. I'm good at that too. Like to rush when I'm in discomfort or in dislike. I also like to stall, really for the same reasons. And so for me, particularly in this one, I have to keep my toes super active, drawn back towards my shins for my knees. Everybody's different, but that will help with just that stability in the knees. And I think, it's hard for me to tell, but I think everybody is in frog. So I'll just let you be here for a bit, breathe. You know, when we get here, it's getting closer to the end, but don't let that be a reason or an excuse to lose focus. Don't let it be a reason or excuse to like be at the end of the practice already. Just like be in the now. This might be a place where you can melt and it's just there's some ease for you, and it might not be that way though. So the resistance that might show up, breathe. Any struggle that might show up, breathe. Like that is your answer for it all right here. A few more breaths, you guys. Oh, yeah, Mary, sorry. Yeah, take that pigeon on the other side. And we'll take a few more breaths here then. We've got time. We're okay. Big inhale. Big exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go more. Release. And for these last few breaths, I want you to just notice, like right now, is there something that has shown up in your practice today? Maybe you don't even know right now, but maybe you do. Something that has shown up in your practice that is just, it's not serving you, it's present a lot in your life right now. It's maybe a theme. Maybe you're holding on to it quite a bit. Whatever it is, we all have these things. Recognize it, just recognition. Breathe, 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 and let go. Release it. Let it exit as the breath exits. Soften around it a little more. Now, what is it that would inspire you? Like, what is it that you want to replace that thing with? What do you need? Find that thing. It's just a word, right? Joy, play, determination, like whatever it is, and commit to it now. I commit to that thing. And then come out of frog. And it's okay to celebrate coming out of frog. There's nothing wrong with that at all. However you want to get there. We're going to be on our seats. Give you a few breaths to get there. Move your legs around if need be. Release any flesh. Welcome, sun. And reach your hands up high. And bow down. Seated forward fold. Lean in. And melt now. Couple more breaths. Inhale up to your seat. Come onto your back. Pop onto your forearms unless you do have a prop at home that you'd like to use. Fish, Matsyasana. Chest open, throat open, head just drops back. Really one of the only shapes or postures in yoga that we point the toes forward. Really elongate the feet in that way. Right? Like we're in an up dog. Feel the opening. And notice if you can take it a little bit deeper just with intention. And make your way onto your back and send your feet up. If you have some kind of prop or a pillow or anything close by or a wall near you, just legs up a wall, waterfall. Just be in this inversion, and it looks like a few of you I think chose something different. But if you're in that waterfall, close your eyes and find some stillness. Find some space of quiet. A little space between the breath, space between the thoughts. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Child's pose if you were in headstand, Mary. Everybody else come onto your back and you guys can start to move into your final things, right? Like the spinal twist on each side if you want. You just take about 5 or 6 breaths to just find what it is that you need before Shavasana. Everybody was in a different place, so your needs might be different and your body might feel just totally different than your like virtual neighbor. So what you need, just take it now as you get set up. For our final shape, Shavasana. Come flat on your back, shoulders underneath your body. Let your feet fall apart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go. Even more. Nothing to do. You did the work. Your work now is to rest. Shavasana. Take a breath in. And take an exhale. And bring a little movement back in, fingers, toes. Stretch out and then roll onto your side. Press yourself up onto your seat. Lift high through the crown of your head, just really creating a mountain, your mountain in your seat. Bring your hands together and plug your thumb knuckles into your heart. And we'll seal our yoga practice with one grateful Om. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. We bow together. Namaste. Yay, you guys. You guys can unmute yourself if you'd like to say goodbye. So good being with you. I'm not sure how much longer we're doing this. I've been hearing rumors that some studios are thinking of moving towards some classes. So we will see. We will see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But good to see you. Kay, are you okay? I saw you holding. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I slept. I just have a knot in my upper trap.
Oh, okay. I saw something and I didn't know if you'd heard.
Yeah, no, so I couldn't do fish. It's just,
Okay.
when you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I slept on it wrong.
Yeah, I do know. All right, you guys, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Quinn.
Mary, Stacy, you guys have a great
Thanks.
Friday and an awesome weekend. It's going to be a
You too.
beautiful, beautiful weekend. Thanks, guys. Bye. Have a good one.